Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a weekly message from Jesus. I ask you to please pardon the bandage on my head. It's the work of my dermatologist. Everything went well, and I hope to get the stitches out tomorrow. So, anyway, we have been bringing you messages from our Lord now for coming close to 3 years. I hope that you've enjoyed them. I hope that you've listened to them, and I hope that you've let them lead you in your life. So, our Father is here once more, and he's going to bring you another message. So let's begin. Good morning, everybody. Yes, Barry's correct. I've been doing this now for almost 3 years. That's quite a few messages when your message is very simple. I've tried to present my message to you in different ways. I've tried to talk to you as individuals. I've tried to guide you. I've tried to give you messages. I've had Barry write a book of my messages. I've done many, many things. I'm trying to lay a foundation for you. You see, what you do in this life is very important because it's going to be reflected in how you're treated when you return home. What you need to understand that your incarnate life, that's your temporary home. Your real home's in heaven. I spend a lot of time talking about this. I was on Barry's radio show, and all we talked about was what heaven really is. It's indescribable. It's wonderful. But the rewards of heaven are totally dependent on how you live your incarnate life. If you do unto others as you would have them do unto you, then all will be well. You hear this every week. You're probably getting bored of hearing it. If I got bored, I would probably get bored also, but I know that I need to keep repeating these words to you. Every time something goes wrong, every time somebody does something wrong to you, put yourself in that person's position. Maybe something is physically wrong with them and they're reaching out. Maybe they're very lonely. Treat that person like you want to be treated. If the person is of senior years and is living by themselves, they're lonely. That's obvious. Help them. Call them up. Tell them you haven't forgotten them. Go see them. Do many things. You see, a person, a human soul, I guess you could say, is penalized by old age. Because as that soul ages, I'm preparing to bring them home to their permanent house, to heaven. Everyone must return so that they can receive a new life plan and then come back and live another life. Seems a bit redundant, but people don't learn their lessons. They return, they have these beautiful life plans, and then they ignore them. We come to them in their dreams, we talk to them, we tell them advice, but they ignore it. Many humans think they know more than what we do. You don't. You see, I've set up all the rules. I know what I want a soul to do to advance and become more like me. You ask yourself, just how big can this heaven be? It's infinite. There are billions of souls, and there's plenty of room for all. Because every soul starts its journey from heaven, and every soul returns to heaven. It's not something you'll ever comprehend. You have to build a foundation of faith where you believe that heaven truly exists. You have to have a foundation where you believe in me. You have to ask for help. That's what prayer is about. You ask for guidance and you receive it. You may not always understand that you receive it, but you might find that a coincidence will take place that will help lead you towards the right decision. You see, the word coincidence is very overused. There's very little coincidences in life. Your guides and your angels arrange things for you. And you go, oh my goodness, that was a coincidence. Well, think what you want. But you had a lot of help. If you truly believe in me, then you receive a lot of help. If you don't believe in me, then, as I tell you every week, you're pretty much on your own. You make up your own mind, and things will happen following your decisions. You may find out that those great coincidences that were taking place stopped. Because when you stop asking for aid and for help and advice, then you don't receive it. We try to do our best. Humans try their best to do their worst. It's amazing, isn't it? It should be so simple. Common sense. Do you think you have common sense? I hope you do. I talk about it every week. You see, common sense is the key. It's the key to understanding. If you want these wonderful coincidences, phew, Barry is having problems with that one. If you want all of the good things, I'll rephrase it so you can say it. If you want all of the good things to continue to happen to you, you have to continue to ask. It's not that hard. You ask and you receive. Now, not everything that you ask for you can receive, but you receive the vital things, the vital coincidences. You will receive what you need, not what you want, but what you need. You see, we know what you need to have a successful life. You need guidance to what your life plan is because you really don't know what your life plan is. All the time, I hear people talk in their prayers and they ask, what am I supposed to be doing? What is my life plan? It's a great mystery. You're not supposed to know because you're supposed to make decisions. If you ask us for advice, the decisions that you make will probably be correct. And those decisions will lead you towards a life plan. And all of a sudden, you're going to realize, oh my goodness, I'm on my life plan and I didn't even know what it was. That's what a coincidence will do for you. I want all of you to be happy. I want you to be extremely happy when you return to your home in heaven. Simply leading a good life here will make you very happy when you return. Death, as I keep telling you, is the beginning of a new path. It's the beginning of a new life. It's a new beginning. How else can I wipe the slate clean other than through death? Your lives as a human will run 80 to 100 years or less, depending on what takes place in your life. Your soul life has been around for billions of years. So do the math. The percentage of time that you live as a human is such a low percentage that you can't even calculate it. I know people treat their human life like it's the only thing. This is especially true of atheists, people that don't believe in me. They think that this single life is all there is, and when they lay their head down and take that final breath, it's over. I find that very sad. I find that it's a terrible thing for people to think that. I want you to anticipate death because it's going to happen. You'll never know when, but it is assured that your day of passing will come. I do not want you to be afraid. I've provided angels to help you make the most of that day. I will send your family members back to say hello, to greet you. I will do everything I can to make your arrival in heaven as wonderful as it can be. Now, if you've chosen to make all the wrong decisions in your life, then it's not going to be the greatest day because you're going to learn of all the things that you did wrong. You will not believe the detail that we know about you. Think about it. We know this detail for billions and billions of people. It is your book of life. You carry it with you in your own mind. Once you return home, you'll be able to access it. You'll see when you did good lives. You'll see when you did bad lives. And you'll truly understand how you arrived on the realm to which you are assigned. It is to everyone's advantage to attempt to advance in the realms. Barry has talked about this for hours upon hours now. We just spent another hour yesterday. So it's not a mystery. You have all this information available to you. Stop and think of all the incredible information that Barry's brought to you. He's brought you conversations between the great philosophers, the Platos, Socrates. He's brought conversations from the great politicians, from the founding fathers of your country. And all this information is available. It's up to you to use the information. You see, I wanted to try a little different approach. When I walked the earth, the only information people had available was what they heard or what my disciples talked to them about. They did not have the ability to dial up information. They would follow me and they would listen to me multiple times, and I would speak to them in my very simple terms. I could do things that others can't. When I was Jesus, I spoke the words the humans needed to hear. I didn't speak extra words, just told them what they needed. Explained that heaven was such a wonderful place. And I instructed my disciples that they needed to carry out my words. You see, I was only preaching the words for 3 years. 3 simple years. Over 1,000 days. Wasn't much. But those words changed the life of billions of individuals. Today, I'm speaking the words capable of changing billions of lives as well. It's very easy for humans to access information. You see, part of the reason they don't is because so much is available to them. They would rather listen to, shall we say, rap music than listen to my words. You don't have to guess how that individual is probably going to be judged when he returns. You can do good or you can do bad. If you choose to do bad, then so be it. But if you choose to do good, there is so much available for you. Ask and you will receive. Seek and you will find. I have now presented mountains of information available to you. Go back and re-listen to some of it. It will truly help you in your life. Make sure that others hear these messages. These messages are some of the most important words you will ever hear. So I thank you once again. I thank you for listening to me. I bless everyone that listens. I love everybody, even those that oppose me. You should love everyone as well. So goodbye, and I assure you that Barry will be back again next week. Thank you, Father. I truly try to do all I can to spread his words. That book over my shoulder, Messages of God for a Modern World, brings you 60 of his messages that we did here on this show. It's available on Amazon. I have the price reduced. I've done everything I can do. I really wish that you would pass this book on to others. So thank you very much. As he said, we'll be back again next week. And God bless all of you.